Based in title only on the Stephen King short story, The Lawnmower Man stars Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Lawrence Angelo, a scientist who aims to boost intelligence by way of virtual reality. Unfortunately, the company that he works for, VSI, want to suppress his work.
They want to suppress my work!
The potentials for human advancement are endless. Virtual reality holds a key to the evolution of the human mind, and that's my focus.
Things are looking dire for the whiny Dr. Angelo until he meets Job, played by Jeff Fahey, the lovable dullard who is the Lawnmower Man. Get it? The good doctor entices Job into joining the experiment, and as he continues his VR treatments, he begins to become smarter and ditches the Harry Dunn look for a more proper early 90s cut. Eventually his power consumes him and he develops telekinesis and pyrokinesis, and from here things get awfully similar to Transcendence, with Job becoming one with technology and getting completely out of control. The film was a modest success at the box office, earning just over $32 million domestically, and the story seemed like it'd be perfectly fit for a video game. I mean, most of the film revolves around virtual reality, so the game practically designs itself, right? Well, not really. Here we have The Lawnmower Man for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and as you can see, rather than exploring a vector-based world of three-dimensional wonder, you're stuck in a side-scrolling run and gun, blasting monkeys, collecting CDs, and killing random dudes trying to kill you. At first glance, the only indication that this has anything to do with the movie is Job's crazy avatar occasionally getting in your face at the bottom of the screen. You can't shoot up, which is the first huge problem with the game, and nearly everything on screen explodes into a million pixels, making enemy fire difficult to see. But honestly, these sections aren't that bad for a licensed game. The more frustrating part comes next with the VR section, although I thought we were already supposed to be in virtual reality, so maybe the game is pulling some Existenz shit where we're in VR but it's inside VR. Anyway, the section looks more like the movie aesthetically, with vector graphics and random objects and structures strewn about. The problem with this area is that if you hit anything, you're done. You lose a life and have to start over from the beginning. The controls are extremely floaty too, so be prepared to try this part a few times. After you make it to the exit, you go to a new area and have to fight some more monkeys and soldiers. Here's the first boss in the game. It's a car. You fight a car. After you beat it, you fight some more dudes, and then guess what? Back into the VR, and this time you have to move up, down, and left and right. This part isn't too bad though, and it feels shorter than the first section, so if you got through the first one, this one shouldn't be too much harder. After you beat it, you're in another new area, you need to beat a guy on a motorcycle, and then you have yet another VR zone, this time with moving and shooting. Notice how the only other characters on the screen are the ones that say threat on them, as if we didn't know that those alien creatures are the ones that we're supposed to be shooting. After you get back, you see a helicopter land, you have to get into the helicopter, fly 10 feet, and then it explodes and kills you. I played this part several times and I can assure you that's all the further you can fly with the helicopter. Then you fight a van. Then you fight a gas station. The Sega Genesis version of The Lawnmower Man is basically the exact same game, with slightly worse sound. This one starts off in a VR section, but gives you multiple hits so you don't immediately die. Although this makes things slightly easier, the controls are a little bit more floaty, and oddly the rest of the enemies are harder, requiring more hits to take down. Other than that, the level design is pretty much the exact same in every single way, including the helicopter that flies 10 feet before exploding. Now here we have The Lawnmower Man on the Game Boy. Just listen to that soothing intro. As much as I would love to run through this entire game, I got stuck at this part right here where I tried jumping up onto a ledge for 15 minutes, couldn't make it, and then decided to quit. So yeah, that's Lawnmower Man for Game Boy.
No.
Finally, we have the Lawnmower Man for the PC. Now this is a very different game than the other two. This isn't a run and gun platformer. This is more of a quick time event driven game that basically just yells out directions and you hit them at the right time. Now if the visuals on this one look a little bit confusing, trust me they are. I had no idea what the hell was going on throughout most of this, and I just hit the arrow keys when the lady told me to.
Get ready. Jump now. Jump. Down. Jump. 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 Jump.
Why does it sound like he's vomiting every time he jumps?
Down. Down. Jump.
I think that was supposed to be a chimp noise, but I'm not actually sure.
Level complete.
You even get some sweet full motion video cutscenes between levels in this one.
Other different games. I even have one that could help make you smarter.
In the second level, you turn into some sort of spaceship jet thing that was in the actual movie, and you have to do the same thing all over again.
Get ready.
While I wouldn't say that this game is good by any stretch, it does kind of look similar to the virtual reality in the movie. And I don't know if this was because I was playing it on DOSBox with a newer computer, but it still played like crap and the frame rate was horrible, and everything looks just awful. Either way, if you want to try this one out yourself, it is abandonware, so you can find it online completely copyright free. Now there are two Lawnmower Man games that I didn't talk about in this video because I don't have them. The first is Cyber War, which was a PC game that came out in 1995, and this kind of straddles the line between the first movie and the second movie, Lawnmower Man 2 Beyond Cyberspace, also known as Job's War. And the other one was Lawnmower Man for the Sega CD, which I also don't own. It's pretty rare. You can get it for around $50 on eBay, but from what I read, it seems to be the exact same as the PC version with the QuickTime events and the FMV stuff. That wraps up this inaugural episode of Film Pulse Plays. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos in this series, and be sure to head over to filmpulse.net for the latest film news and reviews.